So we know we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by Daniel Radcliffe, my man. Hello friends, my name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel. So today I bring a super exciting video because I have been looking forward to making this kind of video for like a year now. And it is my Reading Rush Reading TBR list thing. Basically, for those of you that don't know what the Reading Rush is, it is the biggest readathon on BookTube. Last year I wanted to participate in it, but I wasn't super big on the details, so I actually only ended up figuring it out when it was happening, when it had already started, so I was kind of late on the train there. But this year, I follow Ariel Bissett a lot and I made sure to follow the Instagram accounts, so I actually knew when it was happening this year, and it's from the 20th to the 26th. And I am really excited to finally participate because I wanted to participate last year, but I couldn't, so now I am. And basically the Reading Rush is 7 days long. It is from the 20th to the 26th, so 7 days, and there are 7 prompts. You can either pick 7 different books for each of the prompts or combine some of them. It's kind of up to you. And this year they actually have merch out, so I ordered the journal that goes along with it, so I'm kind of excited for that. And if I decide to spend money, maybe I'll buy the other things as well, but I don't know yet. But needless to say, I am very excited. So for this video, I'm going to be going over the 7 different prompts and all the books I have selected. Originally, I was thinking about doing 7 books for the 7 prompts because I was we're gonna be super ambitious. But then I'm also Lauren, let's be realistic here. You get distracted every 3 seconds. There's no way you're reading 7 books in 7 days. So, I took it with a grain of salt. But I am gonna be slightly ambitious for myself, and I'm gonna try to read 5 books for the 7 prompts. So, still pretty ambitious, but just not full try-hard mode, just a little bit. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the prompts. I'm going to be going in order of the prompts, and so the first one is to read a book that matches the color of your birthstone, and I actually really liked this prompt. It basically just allows everyone to find something different for the same reading prompt. I don't know, I liked it. And it's a little different shade, but my birthday is in August, and so that is this stone here. I don't really know what it's called, but it's a light greenish color. And I'm going with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It's not the exact same shade of green, but it's a little bit, so I'm counting it. So we know we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by Daniel Radcliffe, my man. And so I have been wanting to reread Harry Potter for a while, and to be honest, I was kind of iffy on if I should reread Harry Potter. As far as I'm concerned, it is by Daniel Radcliffe now, so there really is no problems. But I just decided, I can enjoy the book and not support the author at the same time because I've already bought a lot of Harry Potter stuff. I just know in the future I will not be buying any more Harry Potter stuff, hopefully. That's what I'm going to be doing. But I do remember loving the series, and so I did really want to reread it. And so I have chosen the Chamber of Secrets for this because it's not too long. Originally, I didn't want to read anything past 300 pages. This one's about 350, but I'm going to try my best to read it. This is the second book in the Harry Potter series, and even though I claim to be a super big Harry Potter fan, I've actually only read the entire series once. I've read the first book 10 times because I always try to reread the books in order, but I never end up making it to the last book, as I've only read the last book once. And so I'm hoping to maybe make my way through the books this year. We shall see. But anyways, back to the point, this is the first book I have chosen for the reading prompt. So the second reading prompt is to read a book that starts with the, and this is kind of an easy and hard one, just depending, because a lot of books actually start with the when you start to think about it, but so many also don't. So I have decided to go with a comic. It's by V.E. Schwab from the Shades of Magic trilogy, but it's called The Steel Prince. This book follows not one of the main characters in the original trilogy, but the king. And he's really not that big of a character in the story. He plays a small part, but this story entirely follows him. And I've never actually really read a comic before, so this is gonna be fun. Hopefully I enjoy this. And I thought this would be a perfect book for a readathon because it's obviously a lot shorter, it's full of pictures, and so I can finish this really fast, all considering, rather than reading The Chamber of Secrets, which might take me a little bit longer. This I think would be perfect because it's a quick read, and I've yet to read it even though it's been on my shelf for 8 months, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna be finally reading this. The Shades of Magic trilogy, I actually plan to reread this, what's the month? July. So I'm hoping maybe I will be able to read the trilogy before I get to this. That way I can fully appreciate this in all its glory. But this is going to be my book for the second reading prompt. Number 3 is to read a book you've already seen the movie for, and technically I've also read the book for this already, but I have seen the movie, and it is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I've decided to go with this edition that I own of the book book because it's hardcover and that's just gonna get less ruined easier. But like I said, my man Daniel Radcliffe did a great job writing this book. Super excited to reread it, and I'm just hoping that I like this book. To be honest, I'm not really sure because I'm gonna try to read the Harry Potter series without the nostalgic lens on it best I can, because I want to see like genuinely how good I think the book is, and or if it's just overhyped at this point now. I want to see. So I already kind of talked about it in the first prompt, but I will be rereading the first book as well. So in the Reading Rush, I will be trying to read the first 2 books in the Harry Potter series, and then hopefully carrying on just as the year goes on. Prompt number 4 is an interesting one, and it's read the first book you touch. And so for this one, I'm going with 5 Little Pigs by Agatha Christie, and I will explain why. So at my family's cottage, there's like a small bookshelf with just like a bunch of like older books, and so I have found these 3 books by Agatha Christie there, and I wanted to read an Agatha Christie book because, you know, they're pretty short, you know, and so I kind of just like closed my eyes and picked one of these, and I ended up getting 5 Little Pigs. And maybe one day I'll come back to these, but to be honest, I don't really know. But I will be reading this one because I touched this one first. To be honest, I read the back of this book and like a little bit of what it's about, but I don't really know all that much. So it's gonna be mostly a surprise when I go into this book. It's by Agatha Christie. It's a Hercule Poirot mystery. I think that's how you say his name. So I think it's gonna be good. I've seen a couple of like the TV adaptations for her books. I think I've read Murder on the Orient Express, and so I've definitely enjoyed her works before, and so hopefully I like this one as well. And yeah. Prompt number 5 is to read a book completely out of your house, and to be honest, I'm not really all that excited for this one because I read a lot like in my room, like late at night, and so now that I have to read outside, I now have to read not in my room and during the day, and so I find often during the day I get very distracted very easily, and so at night for some reason I'm like, now's your prime time, 1 a.m, say less. For this, I'm actually not entirely sure what I will be reading quite yet. I'm thinking it'll be the first book I decide to read, whatever that may be, but I'm also thinking it might be the comic because it's gonna be the shortest, you know? So I'm gonna have to like play around with it a little bit just to figure out like what I want to read outside. I will just probably sit in my backyard, and I also probably should have mentioned this. I will be vlogging the entire Reading Rush experience, hopefully daily vlogs if I'm really on top of my game, but we shall see. So yeah, I will definitely like talk about what that book is in those vlogs there, but for now I'm honestly not 100% sure just because I'm kind of gonna see how my mood is during that time, you know? Prompt number 6 is to read a book in a genre you've always wanted to read more of, and so I have doubled up on this prompt, and I'm going back to 5 Little Pigs by Agatha Christie because this is a adult mystery novel, and I read a lot of like YA fantasy, YA contemporary, even a little bit of YA mystery, but it's a little different because it's actually an adult book and it's mystery, and so I definitely want to read more mystery books, and I'm not really sure the best way to go about even getting into the genre. So I thought, you know, I might as well start with something I already have, something pretty short and by an author that's definitely known for their mystery novels. And the 7th and last prompt is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than where you live. And so for this one, it is another reread for me, and it is Warcross by Marie Lu. The book starts off in New York, which is obviously in North America, but majority of this book actually takes place in Tokyo, which is in Asia, and I live in North America, so, you know, it fits the prompt basically for almost the entire book, so I'm counting this one. I have been wanting to reread Warcross by Marie Lu for a long time, specifically the second book because it is a duology, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to get a chance to reread it. Marie Lu's books are pretty fast-paced, I find, and they're also not super long, so even this book, it's a little bit over 300 pages, which is, you know, again, a little bit more than I wanted to read, but I'm willing to do it for my girl Marie Lu. I have videos on both of the 2 books in this series. They're probably pretty bad, but like, I don't care. They're up there if you want to watch them on my channel, but I will be diving into more of my thoughts as I read this book in my vlogs, like I said, and I am really excited. We follow this girl named Amika Chen, and she hacks things and tries to do things to get some money because she doesn't have a lot, and somehow she gets wrapped up into the game Warcross, which is a virtual game that is played all around the world and is quite popular, and it was created by this guy named Hideo. She ends up getting thrust into the world of Warcross and being put in the spotlight she never wanted, and it ends up being fly to Tokyo for who knows what. And so I really liked this book the last time I read it, and so I'm really excited to reread it again because it's been like over 2 years, I think, or almost 2 years since I've read this book, so I kind of forget a lot of the details, so hopefully I enjoy it. Anyway, so just to wrap this up, I will be reading the first 2 books in the Harry Potter series by Daniel Radcliffe, 5 Little Pigs by Agatha Christie, The Steel Prince comic by V.E. Schwab, and Warcross by Marie Lu. I'm feeling pretty confident about all my picks for this year's Reading Rush. Maybe something will change, but I'm like pretty sure I've narrowed narrowed it down to these 5 books, and I have a feeling that I will enjoy them, and I've picked a TBR that I can hopefully manage. Crossing my fingers. Anyways, I hope you all are maybe considering participating in the Reading Rush because I think it will be super fun. I really enjoyed this video. I haven't made a TBR video since like the beginning of quarantine when I was determined to up my reading game, and so this was really fun and I'm hoping to actually follow through with it. Anywho, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please comment down below if you are participating in the Reading Rush, what books you are reading, all that kind of stuff, and I would just genuinely love to hear all your thoughts and if you are participating. Anyways, I will link all of the Reading Rush information down below in the description if you want to check it out for yourself, but I will see you all very soon in a new video. So until then, bye.